Hello, I'm Jason Poirier, Director of Corporate Strategy at Juniper Networks, and welcome to this session entitled Get Your Edge Back. In this session, we'll focus on how network operators can monetize their edge without losing control. So with that, let's dig right in. The edge is really strategic, and operators have the pole position in delivering services from the edge and inserting themselves into the value chain. There are many inflections that are sort of driving the strategic importance of the edge. First is video. We see video becoming more and more sophisticated in its delivery. If you think of live streaming events with multiple picture-in-picture streams coming across to the end consumer, as well as new services being developed around video communications, video conferencing, and so forth, all really requiring low latency delivery from the edge. There's also the huge inflection that's happening around 5G, where that architecture is driving cloud architectures out to the edge and really enabling a fertile new ground for new applications and services that can be delivered from that edge. Additionally, we see enterprise security and WAN services moving from traditionally location or delivered from their on-premise edge to being delivered from the network edge. Things such as security, WAN interconnection, and so forth, with connections delivering connectivity or secure connectivity directly to the cloud. Lastly, there are edge applications being developed and delivered specifically for the edge, as applications are moving closer to the data and eyeballs, enabling better control and experience in delivery. Recently, COVID-19 has also really put an emphasis on the strategic value of the edge. If we look at all the new types of services and so forth that were instantly having to be consumed because workers were now all being required to work remotely. Students were required to learn remotely as well. And as consumers, our leisure activities and so forth were now transitioning to having to be experienced from online activities and so forth. All of this put a great deal of pressure on the network, whether it's CDN traffic growing significantly, Zoom traffic and so forth, the new services being consumed at instantaneous rates not seen before in any of their delivery environments before, as well as new services being spun up in the cloud or instantly consumed at much greater rates than in the past. And what was happening is that the deliveries of these online services, such as Netflix and Microsoft, were actually required or asked to lower the quality of video, for example, or deliver their services in new periods and off-peak times that really weren't conducive to better user experience and so forth. With a proper edge cloud architecture in place, we could have been able to deliver on these services instantaneously in a much more economic and efficient means to enable this type of activity driven by the COVID-19 inflection. With that said, we see several market and competitive dynamics that are impacting the network operator's edge. There's a proliferation of streaming platforms out there, the likes of HBO and Disney developing their own platforms to deliver their content that they manufacture on a daily basis to end consumers. And this is putting network operators in a position where they have to deal with multiple streaming providers and also the influx of over-the-top traffic and having to build out the infrastructure in order to support the growing demands of that without properly being inserted into that value chain. Additionally, we see operators developing multiple telco cloud initiatives, often with vertically integrated stacks supporting a single virtualized network function. So this leads to a proliferation of sort of cloud stacks within their infrastructure. And lastly, we see the threat of the cloud hyperscalers moving to the edge, looking to insert themselves into position to capture value that is being delivered by edge services. So what does that mean to the network operator? Well, if they can deliver an edge cloud and couple that with CDN, it provides them an opportunity to instantly start driving new revenue streams and driving new efficiencies while establishing an edge monetization platform itself. So for step one, they can convert their edge into a source of revenue by inserting themselves into the value chain of OTT delivery by providing CDN services from their edge. Secondly, they can look at consolidating many of the telco cloud initiatives that they have today onto a single platform to drive efficiencies, as well as start to insert new applications that they develop themselves to enable new revenue services for their consumers. Thirdly, they can monetize the edge under their control. So they can enable new applications and services, leveraging sort of public cloud ecosystems to further monetize their network. So what is Juniper and StackPath doing to deliver on an edge cloud solution for service providers to instantly enable them to monetize their network edge? What we're doing together is creating a prefabricated operator edge cloud in a variety of different form factors that can be instantly deployed in their network locations. These pods, if you will, are essentially managed and operated by StackPath so that network operators can focus on the applications and services that are being delivered from that platform. Lastly, it is a platform that has the ability to connect into the StackPath Global Edge Compute Network, such that they can now extend their reach out of footprint to deliver new services from the available footprint that is offered by StackPath. We're offering an edge cloud solution designed for network operators in their edge transformation journey. What we're speaking of is a platform that the operators own. They own the edge infrastructure, but it's shrink-wrapped solution that allows them to instantaneously deploy it and start driving new revenue in time to market and expand their service delivery out of footprint, leveraging the global StackPath footprint as well. With this infrastructure in place, they can consolidate their edge initiatives into a single managed edge cloud platform. As we indicated previously, they can start with CDN day one as an integrated service from day one to instantly drive revenue and as well realize material CapEx savings by reducing the amount of bandwidth that they have to support for OTT delivery across their backbone networks. With the 5G inflection happening now, they have the opportunity to consolidate all the virtualized network functions associated with 5G services onto this edge platform, as well as leverage smaller footprint pods, if you will, to place into deeper edge sites, such as cell sites and so forth, to enable the expansion of the edge service delivery and enable new virtualized functions such as Open RAN initiatives and so forth. Fourth, they can look at delivering edge services to the enterprise. If you think of the Gartner term SASE, or Secure Access Service Edge, services enabling security and optimized interconnection to the cloud can be delivered from this platform. Additionally, you could think of private edge DC services being offered from that edge platform as well. Lastly, they have the ability to open up this platform for new third-party applications, whether it's third-party applications provided by gamers or other over-the-top delivery services. But they can also leverage it as a cloud-neutral platform to integrate and interoperate with existing public cloud ecosystems. So this offers them a very, very expansive platform that allows them to start from day one with revenue generating services that enable them to subsidize the CapEx required to build out the infrastructure, and then to continue to consolidate services onto that edge cloud platform and tap into the public cloud ecosystem that's available today. So how do they do this? With this edge cloud platform, it really enables operators to monetize their beachfront property with a multi-sided business model. So while they may be paying for the CapEx to build out the edge cloud infrastructure, as well as for someone to efficiently manage the operations of that edge cloud infrastructure, they can instantly start driving revenue from that platform, as we indicated, from CDN services by enabling them the CDN to run on that edge platform, as well as realize CapEx savings from the reduced amount of transport that they have to consume for delivery of over-the-top services. And they can enable application developers to deploy their applications on that platform and realize revenue from that from day one. So it's all revenue in excess of the base connectivity services that they are delivered today, that they can derive from multiple third parties over this edge cloud infrastructure. So what are we really talking about with regards to the value that's being delivered to network operators from this platform? It's really a managed edge cloud platform that is removing sort of the transformation headwinds that operators face today and having to try and develop the expertise to deliver services and platforms from the edge, while leaving the value creation in their hands and not forcing them to look to hyperscalers and so forth to put their services within their footprint. It allows them to fund the network transformation through CDN as a step one, provides them with immediate time to market, where they can actually instantly deploy the service in the platform. And it allows them to deploy a proven architecture, something that is deployed globally across the US, Europe, Asia, Middle East to date. And also it allows them to improve their total cost of ownership. So they can benefit from sort of the cloud operational models that are been optimized to date by the hyperscalers within their network infrastructure and be operated by somebody with the skill set and does it on a day-to-day basis to date. Lastly, it allows them to generate new revenue opportunities. They can encourage rapid service innovation, forget about having to manage the cloud infrastructure themselves, but focus on the services that will be delivered through the platform. And they can extend these services to new enterprise offerings, consumer offerings, as well as we mentioned in earlier slides, the ability to tap into the global footprint that StackPath offers today as well. So I'd like to thank you for your time in participating in this virtualized session. While I wish I had the opportunity to speak with you all face to face, it is a pleasure to be able to connect with you virtually and share some of our thoughts on how operators can monetize their edge platforms and maintain control of the services that are being delivered from that and put themselves at the center of the value chain of services delivered from the edge. Thank you very much.